It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on KALH, weather always comes first. A cold front moving through the eastern U.S. will bring temperatures down around 5 to 10 degrees below average. Another intense shot of Arctic air is going to follow that cold front and enter the plains by the beginning of the weekend. Impactful flooding threat looks increasingly likely over the Ohio Valley, Tennessee Valley, and parts of the Appalachians as well. Closer to home, strong southwest winds and widespread dust returns. Cooler temperatures, gusty northwest winds, and patchy blowing dust is going to linger into tomorrow. We're also going to have a chance for light mountain snow showers and spotty lowland rain showers tonight into tomorrow morning. Dry and calmer conditions return early next week. The National Weather Service has issued a blowing dust advisory in effect from 11 until 8 today. Persons with respiratory problems should remain indoors until the storm passes. If you encounter blowing dust while driving, pull off the road as far as possible and put your vehicle in park. Turn the lights all the way off and keep your foot off the brake pedal. We'll have another look at the weather following this news.
This roadblock information for Friday, 14 February. Roadblocks are subject to change without notice. There are no internal or external roadblocks scheduled. Highway 70, Highway 54, Highway 380, Nike Avenue, Las Cruces Gate, and El Paso Gate will remain open.
A 24/7 fire, which burned approximately 1 acre yesterday, is under control thanks to local firefighters along with the Smoky Bear Hotshot crew. While the fire was still hot, it's not in any danger of spreading. The intersection of East 10th and New York is going to be temporarily closed today from 6 a.m. until they're done due to the removal of a traffic mast arm. For the duration of the removal, 10th is going to be closed at White Sands. Detour signs will be in place to direct traffic to Delaware or Michigan. They do expect the intersection to be open around noon. The County Commission regular meeting took place yesterday morning at 9 a.m. Lots of new business, such as replace the roof on the Weed School building.
I make a motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Yay! Yay, weed.
Yay, weed, which I believe is word for word what Michelle Lujan Grisham said back in April of 2021. See the meeting in full on the county YouTube channel. Love Inc. of Otero County presents a Love Affair to Remember happening tomorrow at the Sergeant Willie Estrada Memorial Civic Center at 6 p.m. Join in the excitement of this benefit gala hosted by Love Inc. of Otero County. Try your luck at Double Down Parties, company casino games, enjoy some hors d'oeuvres, dive into an intriguing murder mystery, get your picture taken at the photo booth courtesy of Mike Castanora, and dance the night away to music by Andres Montoya. One of the ongoing issues in the area is the fact we have a housing shortage, and that drives the price of rent up. Some want the government to intervene, but is that a good decision?
House Bill 216 is attempting to make the situation worse by repealing the long-standing state prohibition on local governments imposing rent control. The phrase rent control is misleading. It implies that rental costs are simply too high, when the real problem is there's not enough supply. Whether it's owner-occupied homes or rental housing, there is only one solution, and that is to provide more supply. Don't take my word for it. Look at all the various places that have had many decades of rent control. California, Oregon, New York City, Seattle, etc. In every case, rent control makes the situation worse, not better. Not coincidentally, these same jurisdictions make it insanely expensive and time-consuming to build new housing. The time from permit application to groundbreaking for an apartment building is 5 years in Seattle. By delaying a project for 5 years with the commercial interest rates of 8%, well, that's a 40% increase in the cost of that housing unit that benefits neither the developer nor the eventual occupant of that house or apartment. Contrast that with Austin, Texas. Austin has deliberately and systematically reduced barriers to building housing units, and despite huge population growth, rental prices have been flat for the past 3 years and have in fact been declining since the beginning of 2024.
Libertarian Party of New Mexico Chairman Chris Lucchini with his perspective. You can hear his comments in full on our station YouTube channel. Well, today is Friday. That means it's time for a cat chat from Kitty City.
Happy Valentine's Day. Hi, this is Kathy Denton with Kitty City, and welcome to the special Sweetheart edition of Cat Chat. Happy Valentine's Day from all of our wonderful kitties at Kitty City, who wish you a day filled with love spent with your special Valentine. A couple of our lovely cats are hoping someone is searching for their Valentine of the furry kind. Dottie is an extremely lovable cat. She is petite and 1.5 years old, a short-haired black kitty. Dottie has a good appetite, but a tiny girl for an adult cat. She had a rough patch in mid-2024 when she was pregnant and then lost her kittens during labor, but it has not dampened her spirits. She loves kittens and readily adopted 2 kittens to replace the family she lost. Dottie is very affectionate and loves treats, pets, and attention. However, Dottie is just not into dogs, especially large ones. It is important for her to be adopted by someone who has no dogs and no plans to bring any dogs into their home. Other cats is another matter. Dottie gets along very well with the companion cats in her room. Dottie was named for a tiny light colored dot on her chin, which is adorable. This girl has lots of love to give to a lucky adopter. Another one of our girls who is as sweet as Valentine candy is Bridget. She's a pretty, short-haired dilute calico and is 2.5 years old. Bridget has been in a foster home most of her life. Although she is well loved by her fosters and she will be missed dearly, they would like nothing better than for Bridget to find her forever home. Bridget is now at our adoption building where she can be seen more readily by visitors and potential adopters. Bridget kept her fosters entertained with her antics, and she made them laugh often. Bridget is such an affectionate and playful girl. She enjoyed getting into the action when they were working on projects and lend a helping paw. She is a friendly and loyal kitty and loves to be petted. Bridget is an entertaining little girl who will steal a person's heart in no time. These 2 furry Valentines will not disappoint when it comes to matters of the heart. Come by to meet them at Kitty City at 56 Stanley Ranch Road and see all of our wonderful kitties who are waiting for their forever home, available for adoption. Kitty City will not have an adoption event tomorrow, Saturday, September 15, at the White Sands Mall. Instead, come to our adoption event next Saturday, February 22, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the White Sands Mall. Or you can always visit Kitty City at 56 Stanley Ranch Road, Monday through Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 12 noon. Or visit Alamogordo Animal Control on Florida Avenue, Monday through Saturday, 12 noon to 5 p.m. There are cats and kittens and puppies and dogs waiting for their forever family. This has been a sweetheart edition of Cat Chat. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm Kathy Denton, and I'll be talking with you next week from Kitty City. Kitty City and you. No one loves them better.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
Former Deming police officer Jesus Lopez is facing federal charges of production of child pornography following his tenure with the department. Homeland Security investigations found Lopez was in a romantic relationship with a 17-year-old girl between November and December of 2024. Sexual content was recorded using a cell phone on multiple occasions. That was found during a consensual search of the minor's phone. Lopez says he entered the relationship around March of 2024 and believes she was at least 18. However, he learned between April and June that she was a minor. That's his defense? I thought she was 18? New Mexico State Police charged Lopez with more than a dozen charges, but those state charges were dropped due to Lopez facing the child sex charge at a federal level. A former student doctor in New Mexico pled guilty to federal charges of producing and possessing child sexual abuse material. 28-year-old Kevin Weiss admitted to producing an image of child sexual abuse material of a minor under the age of 18 by employing, using, persuading, inducing, enticing, or coercing that minor. Weiss also admitted he possessed other child sexual abuse material, including some showing some very young children. Last year, police say they received an anonymous tip about Weiss suggesting he was involved in sexual activities, including children. He faces a minimum of 15 years in prison and not more than 50, followed by a minimum of 5 years and up to a term of life of supervised release. That's according to the Department of Justice. Bernalillo County District Attorney Sam Bregman has been rallying lawmakers to pass sweeping juvenile justice reform since October.
I just hope that what we've seen as what's been put together as a package isn't the end all of it, right? We need a lot more.
The public safety package that passed in the House Judiciary Committee on Wednesday is 6 bills rolled into one, but none of them include juvenile justice reform, and its absence did not go unnoticed. Bregman spoke with KOB.
If they don't pass anything when it comes to juvenile crime, I think it leaves a big hole in a lot of people's guts about what's going on here, because this is a real problem.
But there is a bipartisan juvenile justice reform bill, HB 134. It would expand what is legally called a serious youthful offender, which would then allow juveniles to be charged as adults for more crimes. It's currently sitting in the House Consumer and Public Affairs Committee and has not been scheduled to be heard within the next week. There's also a juvenile bill on the agenda for Saturday. It's an effort to rename the Juvenile Corrections Act to the Juvenile Community Connections Act. It would also set aside money for programs providing services for youth in detention, or CYFD, and establish a panel to determine what comes next for a juvenile sentenced to a detention facility. In the House Judiciary Committee, Republican Representative Nicole Chavez said the public safety package did not go far enough to address juvenile crime. Committee Chair Democratic Representative Christine Chandler said the children's code bills hadn't been vetted yet. If you're a horse owner, or maybe you're just a fan of horse racing, you're going to want to stick around. Noel Dondero joins us now from the New Mexico Farm and Livestock Bureau, tackling an important health concern for equines: equine infectious anemia, or EIA. If you've never heard of it, this disease can be very serious. So let's break down the key facts every horse enthusiast should know.
Horse racing is huge here in New Mexico, but did you know that a single horsefly could cause a serious disease for your horse? Equine infectious anemia, EIA, has been spreading in parts of the country. What makes this virus so tricky is that it integrates its genetic material directly into a horse's white blood cells, making it a lifelong infection. The virus is transmitted most often by biting flies, such as horseflies and deer flies, so it's more common in warmer months like spring, summer, and early fall. Symptoms of this disease can be tricky to spot at first. Some horses may not show any symptoms at all, while others can develop fever, weakness, anemia, or jaundice. So how do you know if your horse is infected? The most reliable way is through a test. The Coggins test is one of the most commonly used. If you're bringing a horse into New Mexico, be aware that any horse aged 6 months or older must have a negative test within the last 12 months. By ensuring your animals are tested, you're helping protect the whole equine community. So make sure you consult with your vet and stay up to date on your horse's health screening. To sum it up, equine infectious anemia is a serious viral disease spread by flies and can remain with your horse for life. Testing is essential for early detection and preventing its spread. This has been Noel Dondero with New Mexico Farm and Livestock Bureau. Thank you.
Sports and weather are coming up next. You're listening to Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this: without a committed team of coaches and administrators, that just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
Lawmakers in Santa Fe are proposing a bill to keep trans athletes from playing in women's sports. HB 185 was debated in the first committee yesterday, where it quickly faced strong opposition. The Republican lawmakers behind the bill say it's not a ban, but rather it's about women's safety and protecting the athletic opportunities for women. Representative Andrea Reeb.
By requiring that women's sports remain exclusively for women female athletes, this bill safeguards the integrity of female-only competition.
Reeb is one of the lead sponsors for the Protection of Women's Sports Act. The bill aims to keep trans athletes from being allowed to compete in women's sports. This would only permit athletes biologically born as women to compete, meaning athletes who legally change their gender on their birth certificates would still be excluded. If an individual were to suffer harm due to a violation of the act, the bill would permit those individuals to take legal action and seek damages. However, the bill drew mixed reactions from attendees. There are 20 games for New Mexico girls basketball today, including Carrizozo at Alamo Navajo, New Mexico Military Institute at Ruidoso, Deming at Chaparral, and Dexter comes to Tularosa. Go, Lady Cats! There are 32 games for New Mexico varsity basketball today, including Carrizozo at Alamo Navajo, Ruidoso at the Institute, Chaparral at Deming, and Tularosa heads to Dexter. Wow! Go Wildcats! Well, today is Friday. Let's check in now with Sarah Morrow and find out where the fish are biting.
Alto Lake is expected to reopen on Saturday. And at the Pecos River, fishing for trout was slow to fare when using streamer flies. Carrizosa Recreation Lake, Grindstone Reservoir, the Pecos River, and Perch Lake were each stocked with rainbow trout this week. And our catch of the week is, drumroll please, Nehemiah Luna, age 2, caught 4 trout using his Ninja Turtles fishing rod paired with yellow power bait at Tingley Beach. That's it for this week. I'll be back next week with another fishing and stocking report update. For Crazy Radio, I'm Sarah Morrow.
The National Weather Service has issued a blowing dust advisory in effect from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. Persons with respiratory problems should remain indoors until the storm passes. If you encounter blowing dust while driving, pull off the road as far as possible, put your vehicle in park, turn the lights all the way off, and keep your foot off the brake pedal. Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for partly sunny skies, patchy blowing dust in the afternoon hours. New rainfall amounts are expected to be less than 1/10 of an inch today. Winds will be gusting up to 39 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a 30% chance of showers, winds gusting up to 23. Sunny tomorrow, winds gusting up to 21. Your high today in the basin, 61. Low tonight of 36. High tomorrow, 58 degrees. In Cloudcroft, partly sunny skies today and windy. Areas of patchy blowing dust this afternoon, winds gusting up to 48 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a 50% chance of rain and snow. New accumulation less than an inch expected. Winds will be gusting up to 39 miles per hour. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a 20% chance of snow. New snow accumulation is expected to be less than half an inch. Winds will be gusting up to 37. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 45. Wind chill is going to make it feel like it's 22. Low tonight of 23 degrees. Wind chill is going to make it feel like it's 14. High tomorrow, 37. Wind chill is going to make it feel like it's 13 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. Have a wonderful weekend.